Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I want to share an interesting project with you. Recently, a client reached out to me with a challenge managing over 1,000 virtual machines. Yes, you heard right, 1,000 VMs. They need a way to resize the VMs every month based on their performance. So I created a PowerShell script to do that. Let me show you how it works and how you can use it too. So here is the story. When my clients started, they only had a few virtual machines. Managing those was easy, but over the time, their business grew, and now they have more than 1,000 VMs. Each month, they need to review the performance of these VMs and decide which one to make bigger or smaller. When they had just a few VMs, doing this manually wasn't a problem, but over the 1,000 VMs, it became too much work. That's when they asked me for help. They wanted a script that could resize their VMs automatically using a CSV file. The CSV file contains the details like the subscription name, resource group, VM name, and the new size. So I made a PowerShell script that reads this CSV file and resizes the VMs one by one. Now let's see the script I made. Don't worry, I will explain everything in a simple step. It might look complicated, but I promise it's not. Define the file path where the input CSV file is located. The CSV file should contain the detail of VM to resize, including subscription name, resource group name, VM name, and new size. So here is the path where I have my input file. So let me run this one. By running this one, you can see it's saved in the variable. So let me show you the path. It is saved in the variable. Now we need to import the CSV file into a variable. So import CSV read the contents of the CSV file and convert each row into an object with the properties corresponding to column headers. Each row in the CSV represent one VM that need to be resized. Let me select this. Let me run. If we see what is saved in the variable, as you can see, it has subscription name, resource group name, VM name, and the new size. So if we go to the portal, you can see here, these are the VM that we need to resize, for example, and all are B2MS in the size. So let me show you what size we are going to. So this is the standard B4MS size that we are going to resize all of these VMs. Now let me explain the loop. So loop, what it will do, it will loop through each VM entry in the CSV file using for each, iterate over each object in the $VM to resize array. Each VM object represents one row in the CSV, which with properties like subscription name, resource group name, VM name, and a new VM size. Let me explain the loop. Extract subscription name, resource group name, VM name, and the VM size for the current CSV row. This variable hold information for specific VM that is being processed in this iteration. The subscription under which the VM exists. So it is gathering that details by providing dot subscription name, resource group name, the resource group that contains the VM, the name of the VM to be resized, and the target size to which the VM will be resized. This is the write host command to inform the user about the VM being processed. The write host is used to display message in a PowerShell console. Next, let's see. Retrieve the current Azure subscription context. This helps us determine if we need to switch to a different subscription before making change to the VM. Get AZ context, retrieve current context including subscription details. Now, this function, or I can say this line of code, what it will do, it will compare the current subscription with the one required for the current VM. If they are different, switch to the subscription specified in the CSV file. So what it is doing, it is switching the subscription. So by using the select as a subscription, that it will change the active Azure subscription context to the specified subscription. This ensures that subsequent command are executed under the correct subscription. Sometimes, we have a multiple subscription and we need to change it. So that's why I have keep the subscription name in the CSV file. So it will only execute on that particular subscription. So if the current subscription is already the desired one, it will inform the user that no switch needed. Now, next part is it will stop the VM before resizing. Stopping the VM ensures that the changes to its size can be made without conflict. So by stopping as a VM, stop the specific virtual machine, and force bypass any confirmation prompts, and no wait allow the script to proceed without waiting for stop operation to complete. Initialize a flag variable to track a deallocation status of the VM. So use a loop to check if the VM has fully stopped. The VM must reach the deallocated state before resizing can proceed. So that's why I have created the while loop that will retrieve the current status of the VM to check if it is deallocated by using get as a VM hyphen status, provide the VM's status, including power state. The where object filters the status of the status to find the deallocated state. So if you can see, it will go through this, it will run this command and check the whether VM is deallocated or not. Until it is not deallocated, it will run, that loop will run continuously. So once the VM uh, status in a stop state, then it will move further. Now you can see here, it will provide the information to user that VM is stopped successfully after exiting that loop, right? Then retrieve the current VM object, which include the VM's configuration. So by using this command, or the get as VM, fetch the VM detail, including its hardware profile that contains the current size. In this, the next, what it will do, it will modify the VM's hardware profile to the new size specified in the CSV. So whatever size we have specified in the CSV, if you can see here, we created the variable based on the input fetched by the CSV file. Here you can see the new VM size. So whatever size it has in the CSV, it will change to that one. So what it is doing, it is updating that property, hardware profile property, by providing this command. So it will update that new size. After updating that new size in the profile property, you can see that apply the update VM size to Azure VM configuration. So update AZVM push the new configuration, including the size change, to the Azure VM. Okay, so this command will update the new size. After updating that size, it will proceed for the start VM. So what it will do, start the VM after resizing to bring it back online. So this ensures that the VM is running with its new configuration. And I have provided few outputs, write host. So by that way, you can see the status, whether it is failed or whether it is successful. If you can see here, if any error occurs during any of the above step, it will catch the exception and display an error message. So fail to, if you will be able to see that fail to process the VM, it will show the VM name and what was the error for that one. Once all those steps completed, then you can see the VM resize process completed for all entries. So let's run the whole script and let's see what is happening and what we are getting on the screen. And we'll see the updated size, the size is updated or not. So as you can see, it took the first VM from the input CSV file, and it's saying that processing VM, the name of the VM, the subscription of where VM is reside, and the resource group. It checked that whether we need to change the subscription or not. So as you can see, no switch needed. We are getting now it is going to process for the stopping the VM. So you can see we are getting the message here that it is going to stop the VM. Now you know what is happening, waiting for the VM to stop. So this loop that I talked about, while loop, so this loop is checking continuously. After 10 seconds it will check whether VM is stopped or not. So until the VM is not stopped deallocated, it will not proceed further. So you can see it's still it's providing that VM is still stopping state. So how it is saying that the VM is still stopping waiting. So this loop will continue run until the VM status change to the stop deallocated. Once it will stop successfully, we will get this message that VM is stopped successfully. After it will proceed this update virtual machine. So you can see here VM size to the new size. You can see update VM size to the standard before MS. Once it will update it, then we will see that the VM resized successfully to this, the new size. Now you can see the starting the VM after VM will get started, you can see that VM started successfully. So it will go through that. The same process will follow for all the VM, whatever we have in the list of the CSV file. So let me show you what data we have in a CSV file. So as you can see, I have a subscription name, a resource group name, VM name, and new size. Here I have provided the list of VMs for the testing purpose because I don't have a multiple subscription, so that's why I'm not able to provide that multiple subscription, but I have multiple virtual machines where we can see that it is going to resize the VMs. So let me skip this part and that it will take a few more minutes to complete all those VMs. Once it will get completed, I will show you that is completed and I will demonstrate that it is on what is the status on the portal. As you can see, the VM resize process is completed for all the entries. Let me go to the portal and I can show you the new size of the VM. So let me refresh this page or refresh it from here. So as you can see, all the VMs are now running with the before MS. With this script, my client has saved a lot of time. Now that they don't have to do everything manually. The script does all the works in just a few minutes, and they can focus on growing their business. It's amazing, right? How a few lines of code can save so much time and efforts. And that's how we automated VM Resize with PowerShell. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or need help with the script, leave a comment below. I'm always happy to help. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.